education crisis, one that begins in our primary and secondary schools, the very foundation of our nation's future. Over 20 million Nigerian children are currently out of school. That is 1 in every 5 school-age children in sub-Saharan Africa. And many of those who do attend school are not learning. My name is Molade Adeni, and I am the CEO of Teach for Nigeria. Teach for Nigeria exists to address the deep-seated educational inequities affecting millions of children across the country. As a non-profit organization and part of the global Teach for All network, we are committed to scarce in some places, the result is a learning crisis. Children go to school but leave without the skills needed to succeed in life. At Teach for Nigeria, we believe that addressing these challenges requires investment, reform, and a renewed societal commitment to treating education as a national policy.
Moving around, moving around, moving around. The basket of number is moving around. What number is this? Or therefore, don't let that easy.
I remember my first day in classroom with my learners. I noticed that some of my learners could not identify letters, some could not read, and some could not even speak English fluently. I saw it as a call to responsibility, and I saw the need to do my best while I'm with them.
Your confusions are, all I know is that I am going to You are awesome.
At Teach for Nigeria, we recruit exceptional Nigerian graduates and professionals through a highly competitive process to serve as full-time teacher leaders in underserved public schools for 2 years. Our fellows undergo intensive training in pedagogy, leadership, and community engagement. Since our inception in 2017, Teach for Nigeria has placed over.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. It is such an honor and pleasure to have you join us. It's a chilly morning in Lagos State, and I'd really like to know where you are joining in from. So if you do not mind, please go to the comments, the chat room, or the comments if you're on YouTube or if you're on Zoom, and tell us where you are joining in, your name, where you are joining in from, what part of Nigeria you're joining in from, what part of Africa you are joining in from, and even what part of the world you are joining in from. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's an absolute honor to welcome you, and this is me officially welcoming you to the official launch of the 2026 Teach for Nigeria Fellowship. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm super excited for all that is about to happen today. This is an event like no other. but without you, it would not be possible. So thank you, and thank you so much for joining us. If you're just joining, please do not forget to tell us in the chats where you are joining in from. Please tell us where you are joining in from and what your expectations are for today's event. I mean, it's a recruitment launch. It's Teach for Nigeria's, right? The official launch of Teach for Nigeria's recruitment launch. So please, please, please let us know. We look forward to having you. It's also my honor to welcome the esteemed board Teach for Nigeria, Honorable Ambassadors Teach for Nigeria, our amiable CEO, Chief Executive Officer, Teach for Nigeria, and of course, esteemed staff members, amazing staff members of Teach for Nigeria. I see you, we honor you, and we salute you. I'm Precious Mobile, and it is my esteemed honor to be your host for today's event. I am also very delighted to acknowledge and welcome our stakeholders from Lagos State Teaching Service Commission, Ogun State Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, Ogun State Teaching Service Commission, and of course, Ogun State Subeb. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. We do not take your presence here for granted. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We also are very delighted and very honored to have with us Lagos State ESCOM Chairman, Mrs. Victoria Peregrino, who is ably represented by the Director of Policy, Plans, Research and Statistics, Dr. Mrs. Bukola Adeleye. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us. We are honored to have you in our midst today. Again, if you're just joining us, welcome. Perhaps you saw a link and you joined it, you're on YouTube, you're live, you're watching me speaking, and you're wondering what's happening here. It is the official launch of Teach for Nigeria's 2026 fellowship application. And I am particularly excited because Teach for Nigeria, this is a significant milestone. Teach for Nigeria has done this for not one, not two. If you're guessing that this is our 5th cohort, you're close, but you're not there. Not 6, not 7, not 8. If you're guessing 9, you're close, but not there. It is our 10th cohort, right? So it is such a significant milestone for us, which is particularly why I am super excited. Again, if you're joining us on YouTube, welcome. If you would like to learn more about Teach for Nigeria, I'm sure my colleagues have shared certain details in the chat box. Please pay attention to the chat box because we'll be sharing a lot of useful information with you. If you're curious to learn more about Teach for Nigeria, please log on to our website, www.teachfornigeria.org. We are also on all social media platforms as Teach for Nigeria, but on X, formerly Twitter, we are Teach4 then Nigeria. Thank you so much. All right, so to proceed, I would really like us to, watch an impact story video. If you're new to what Teach for Nigeria does and you're curious to learn more, this impact story video, I'd say that it does not accurately describe all, the work that Teach for Nigeria has been doing for 9 years now. Will be 9 next month, but it will give you a glimpse into the tremendous work that Teach for Nigeria has done, right? So yes, we would be watching our impact video, so please close attention. I don't want to give spoilers, but pay close attention. Thank you so much. Media, if you're ready, we are ready. Thank you.
When I came to Okiaro, they will come to school with wrappers to spread on the floor and sit on. To me, having a seat in the classroom is like the basic thing that a child should have. But here it was a luxury. With the challenge we noticed in our classroom, we decided to also deepen our students' understanding about the SDG goals. We made them aware of the environment and how plastics have been disturbing the environment. The road to our school is very bad because one, the gutters are clogged, they are filled up with plastics. And I needed these students because they are solution providers, they are problem solvers. So we came up with the project Waste to Decks. Waste to Decks uses a model where students gather wet bottles, plastic bottles that have been disturbing the gutters, and then they bring it to school. We go to the recycling plant where we recycle these bottles and get money. Now this money is taken to the sawmill in the community, and then we get wood from it. Together we've been able to give 40 students a place to sit. In fact, it has enlightened their mood, and they are always very happy now to come to school.
I was one of the students who didn't have desks when I came to this school. So for first time, second time, I was sitting on the floor. But when they came to the school, they told us about this project. But I didn't feel like it would go on. They told us to start bringing plastic to school. We started bringing plastic, and little by little, we took the plastic to the recycling company, and we got money. We came to give it to the project team, and they bought woods, and the students constructed the desks for us. And now I'm fortunate enough to have desks to sit on to write my exams.
Since the inception of this fellow, they have been trying teaching students, and at the same time working with the management.
They've been able to impact over 200 students. The students are doing well. They have more confidence.
Wọ́n ti dọ́dọ̀ wa yìí, gbogbo nǹkan yàtọ̀ lóríṣiríṣi fún àwa òbí, fún àwọn ọmọ wa. Inú wa dẹ̀ ń dùn. Lóríṣiríṣi ohun mèremère tó ń gbé wọnú ilé ìwé wa tá ò rí rí tí kò ṣẹlẹ̀ rí.
On getting to the school, had a wonderful experience because various experiences and interactions I've had with them made me to realize that there are so many things they can do. For example, in the first 3 months of me being posted to this school, I established the first ever science exhibition that was done in the school.
The first time my child came back home and she was talking about this chemistry teacher, the whole of our home was full of her name, and her performance was really quite outstanding, such that she really loved chemistry so much, and it became something that I know that she really developed so much interest in.
Mrs. Ajayi put an end to chemistry being a mystery to me as a subject. But made chemistry my best subject.
Mr. Babalola and Ms. Shulamite, both of them, they started with changing the way the children actually think, starting with the vocational training they did the last time. Oh, I really love it.
The science exhibition, they were able to do so many things from scraps. For example, they made magnetic stirrer, they made a moving car, they made a flying jet, AC cooler, and so many more.
The school just won 1 million naira. They actually helped with science project exhibition. So STEAM gave the school 1 million naira.
You see their impact in the area of decoration. The students will always want them around. They communicate like friends.
When I look at the works of these fellows, even on the assembly in the morning, they make sure that they teach these children spelling bees, thereby taking them outside the school, and they won prizes back.
This is a steamer bottle, a battery-powered water bottle that can provide hot water at the push of a button.
At the push of a button, steam it up!
Teach for Nigeria has helped me achieve some of my dreams. It has been on my bucket list to get PDE certified and TLCN certified. Now with Teach for Nigeria, it was just a walkover. I've seen the transformative power of education in my students. From one level, I saw them to the next level.
I'm an outstanding leader now, and I hope to do more than what I've done in the previous 2 years, because I know now that with the right mindset, with the right motivation, I can get everything that I need to get done. I don't feel like the fellowship should end, really. In fact, thinking about the fact that my 2-year fellowship is ending now is really disheartening, but I know that that's not the end, because there are more opportunities for me. It has opened my way to more, and I really appreciate it for Nigeria for giving me the wonderful opportunity to be the best version of myself, to have a better, and in fact the most interesting part of my life is now related to all the experiences I had throughout my fellowship. I want to be remembered for the impact, the positive impact that I've made in the lives of my learners.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much, media, for that. I mean, I've watched this video a couple of times, but it honestly never gets old, because again, it brings me to just realizing the tremendous work that Teach for Nigeria does, and it is just an evidence, right, to let us know how really and truly transformative the power of education is, not just for the learners, but for individuals who stepped into the classroom as just, as young graduates, as young youths, right? And they stepped into the classroom, they put their foot forward and put their hands on the deck, decided to commit, right, to the movement that is changing the landscape of education in Nigeria for children in underserved communities. And 2 years later, they barely recognize themselves, right? So if you are part of the work that Teach for Nigeria is doing, please a round of applause for them, a virtual round of applause for yourself in the chat room. Thank you so much. I see our YouTube chats are buzzing. Please keep it on. If you're just joining us, you are warmly, warmly welcome to the official launch of the 2026 Teach for Nigeria Fellowship application. Right. So to take us further, it is my honor, my absolute honor, to welcome the Chief Executive Officer, Teach for Nigeria, Molade Adeni. I call her the commandant that is leading the Teach for Nigeria Army. Welcome, welcome, Molade. If you are ready, we are ready to receive your welcome address. Please, a round of applause, resounding and rousing round of applause for my CEO, Teach for Nigeria CEO, as she gives us her welcome address. Welcome, Malade. The floor is
Thank you
yours.
so much. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I know that we may have people joining us from across the globe. Precious, confirm that you can hear me loud and clear. The internet
Yes, I can hear
wanted
you loud and clear.
the internet wanted to mess me up this morning, but I will not have any of it. So it's so good to be here. Thank you all so much for joining us at the 2026 Teach for Nigeria Fellowship Recruitment Launch. And I am just so excited. This is the time of the year where, at Teach for Nigeria, there's a lot of buzz because it means that we are about to welcome another set of amazing, amazing leaders. But let me start first. They say to whom honor is due, we must give the regard. So I want to appreciate and acknowledge in our presence the Ogun State Ministry of Education, Science and Technology Commissioner for Education, Professor Abayomi Arigbabu. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, sir. The Executive Chairman of TESCOM, the Teaching Service Commission in Lagos, Mrs. Victoria Peregrino, who I know would have loved to be here by herself, and she spoke to me yesterday personally herself, but she's ably represented today by the Director of Policy Plans, Research and Statistics, Dr. Mrs. Bukola Adeleye. Executive Chairman of Ogun TESCOM, Apostle Soyaolu, also ably represented today by the Director of Appeal, Petition and Discipline, Mr. Olugbenga Adejongwe. Executive Chairman, Ogun Subeb, Evangelist Olalekan Ifede, the Ogun Subeb Director of Education Quality Assurance, Mrs. Charity Olushoga. Let me stop there and just ask all of our participants today to please just give all of our partners a big round of applause. Let's welcome them. Let's make them feel welcome. We're here because of them. We continue to do this work because of them. To our Teach for Nigeria family, starting with our distinguished members of board of directors, headed by our chairman, Mr. Kunle Elebute, the ambassadors of Teach for Nigeria, the incredible staff, fellows, alumni, friends, partners of Teach for Nigeria, and most importantly, the star of today, our prospective fellows joining us from all over the country and even outside of the country. I warmly, warmly welcome you to the 2026 Teach for Nigeria recruitment launch. Now, for some of you, as you know, we always have a theme every single year. And this theme is not just on a whim. We don't just say, what is the new lingo that is going out there, and we pick a theme. We ask ourselves, what are we trying to achieve? At Teach for Nigeria, our vision is that one day every Nigerian child will have the opportunity to attain an excellent education. And we do that through recruiting outstanding young men and women like yourselves who are on this call to go through a rigorous training, and through our amazing partners from both Ogun State and Lagos State, like I have mentioned, you're placed in communities where you serve in a 2-year fellowship as fellows on ground, supporting the teachers, working with the school leaders, and much more. This year we have an amazing theme. One vision, endless possibilities. We believe that with actors in the ecosystem, we all have one vision. I've already shared what that vision is, that one day every Nigerian child, regardless of where they're born, regardless of where they live, regardless of their background, will have the opportunity to access and attain an excellent education. And we believe that this poses endless opportunities. It reminds us that the pathway to this impact is diverse. You heard from Joy in the vision video where she shared the impact that she had in the school. We have multiple stories from various fellows who have passed through the program. The impact is the same, the vision is the same, but the path is endless. And therefore, we're inviting you to join us this year on our 10th cohort. Yes, 10th. This means that we have, been doing this consistently for almost 10 years, being our 10th cohort. I think that deserves a bit of a round of applause. And I don't see that from our audience. Please just celebrate with us that this is our 10th cohort. And this fellowship exists, just like I have said, to meet that one vision. It's an incredible milestone for us. As you know, when you attend, you celebrate, you do a lot of things. And we are looking forward to welcoming, wait for it, we are recruiting this year 550 exceptional young fellows and 100 school leaders. In just a few minutes, as we begin to count down, the application portal will open. And we're incredibly excited about this milestone. So just wait for it. It's not open yet. I know a lot of us are clicking and waiting to go, but in just a few minutes, the portal will open. Our impact so far, some of you may be asking, you may be new to Teach for Nigeria. Like I said, we started in 2017. We have recruited and placed 2,965 leaders across Lagos, Ogun, Oyo, and Kaduna State. We have reached over 446,000 students, and we have built a thriving community of over 1,600 alumni. And 85% of our alumni today are actively working to expand opportunities for children, whether they're running schools, staying in the classroom, shaping policies, building innovative solutions, or strengthening communities. So again, the time to act is right now. We have introduced a lot of innovations in our 2026 recruitment this year. We have AI-powered application reviews that will be supporting the application process, which will ensure that only the best gets through. And I'm sure that is you who is listening to me this morning. We have campus activation programs, so look out for us across the various platforms in the country. We have alumni ambassador programs where our alumni will be driving and engaging a lot of our recruitment for us. And we also have a 2026 fellowship application challenge. I will stay silent on that for now because I know that the team will share a bit more about the 2026 application challenge. So just as I begin to wrap up, do you think you are that leader that can shape the education that we want to see? Do you think you are the one that we're looking for? Do you believe that you have what it takes to contribute to the Nigeria's education sector that has already done incredible work, but there's a lot more work to do? If you think you are that leader, if you think you want to communicate, if you believe that the time is now to act, then I'm inviting you to join us and apply to the 2026 Teach for Nigeria Fellowship. The time to act is now. Again, I say big thank you to our government partners and stakeholders. Thank you for your continued collaboration. We wouldn't be here without you. Your partnership makes our work possible. Your partnership makes our impact sustainable. I'm personally deeply, deeply thankful. On behalf of the board and the management, we say a big thank you. So ladies and gentlemen, the time is now. It is with great pleasure and excitement that I officially announce the opening of the 2026 Teach for Nigeria Fellowship application. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much, Precious.
All right, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, Malade. Please, a round of applause for my CEO, for Teach for Nigeria CEO, in the charts. The time is now. The time is indeed now. Like she said, the mission is the same, our vision in this is the same, but the pathways are endless, right? And if you remember from the impact story video that was shared, you'd realize that the difference, between people who choose to sit on the fence, right, and dwell on the numerous problems in the education systems, and those, who choose to do differently, was that they decided to take action, right? And the very first, most significant, if I must say, action is actually putting your foot forward to submit your application, right? And join us in this bold and daring vision that one day every child, regardless of their social status, regardless of their community, regardless of where they are, would actually have access to attaining quality education. Know that we have recognized a very, very distinguished member in our midst, but it's also my pleasure. We would not get tired of recognizing the Ogun State Ministry of Education, Science and Technology Commissioner of Education, Professor Abayomi Aribabu, as our CEO rightly said. The work that you do, the work that we do would be impossible without you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. We are truly, truly honored for your unwavering support. Do not forget, if you're on YouTube, do not forget that our hashtags are Teach for Nigeria, hashtag TFN 2026 Fellowship, hashtag TFN 2026 Fellowship Application, hashtag One Vision, hashtag Endless Possibilities. Please, please, please join us. We really look forward to receiving your application. So just to be sure that we are following. Remind us of the theme. Well, they repeated the theme, I think, more than once and more than twice. So just to ensure that you are following, please put in the chat what is the theme for Teach for Nigeria's 2026 Fellowship application. And once we do that, we are delighted to watch a demo video. So the idea of the demo video is to just put you through. I know you might have heard from someone, right, that Teach for Nigeria's application is quite rigorous. And I think rightly so, right? The work that we do is so enormous, which is why, our application is unlike any other, but, right, it's not, we don't want that to scare you, which is why we want to put you through what the application is like and what to look forward to, right? So click on the link. The application link is officially live. And if you encounter any challenge or you have any questions, please do not hesitate to drop it in the chat. My colleagues are on guard waiting to serve you. Media, if you are ready, we are ready to watch the demo video. Thank you very much.
Hello there. Thank you for believing in our vision and showing interest in joining the Teach for Nigeria Fellowship Program. To get started, open your browser. We recommend Google Chrome and type www.teachfornigeria.org/apply into the address bar. Once the page opens, scroll through and take a few minutes to read the information provided, especially the eligibility criteria. When you're ready, click the Apply Now button. This will take you to the eligibility form, where you'll be asked to provide some basic information so we can confirm your eligibility. The eligibility form is just the first step. After submitting it successfully, please check your email inbox for instructions on how to proceed with the full application. If you don't see the email, be sure to check your spam folder as well. The email contains important information and helpful resources. Before clicking on your personalized application link, take a few minutes to read through the details, especially the application guide, which is designed to help you submit a strong application. Once you click your personalized link, you'll continue with the full application and provide more detailed information about yourself. Please ensure all information entered is accurate. You will also be required to upload some documents, including your birth certificate, O-level certificate, university degree certificate, and NYSC/discharge certificate. As you complete the application, pay special attention to the essay section. This is your opportunity to share your leadership experiences, your motivation, and why you believe the fellowship is the right next step for you. After completing the form, take a moment to review all your responses before clicking the Submit button. Once submitted, you'll receive a confirmation email in your inbox. At that point, you've successfully completed your application. We wish you the very best as you move forward in the process.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, so you have seen it. I won't say easy peasy, but I think you have one less reason to be scared or hesitant about putting your foot forward, right? I really like the part where we stop complaining about the problems that exist, right, and be part of the solution. Because if not you, who? If not now, when? All right, so you've listened to our impact story video, you've heard from our CEO, you'll be hearing from our government stakeholders. But in case you are still skeptical about whether to submit an application, we'll be having a very quick chat with an alumna of Teach for Nigeria. It's my pleasure to welcome Rashidat Uthman. She was a 2023 fellow, and now she's an alumna. I'll be quickly reading her bio. And I'm please encourage us to, extend a warm welcome to her. Rashidat Uthman is an education advocate, teacher, and social entrepreneur who is committed to expanding access to meaningful learning. She is the founder of Evergrow Learning Hub, where she supports adults and out-of-school children through literacy, numeracy, and life skill programs. As a Teach for Nigeria fellow, Rashida brought empathy, structure, and a deep sense of responsibility into her classroom, looking beyond her learners to the broader community that shapes their experiences. She's also a World Connect grant partner, leading community-driven initiatives that strengthen learning spaces and create new opportunities for families. With a round of applause, virtual, resounding round of applause, please welcome Rashida Uthman. Rashida, good morning. Lovely to have you join us.
Good
Hope
morning,
you are well.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you
Hi,
so
Rashida. Your
much.
energy is not matching my energy, and I need you
It
to,
is.
I
Good
need you to match
morning.
my energy.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good
All
morning. Such
right,
an
that's more
honor
like
to be
it.
here. Thank
All
you
right,
for this
thank you so
opportunity.
much.
Thank you so much. Such an honor to be here.
All right, thank you so much for sharing that. I know I've introduced you, so want to quickly jump into our questions. We'll be having a quick conversation with you for about 10 minutes or less, and I would really like you to respond, okay?
Okay, yeah, I'm excited.
All right, thank you very much. So the first question is that I'd like to take us back to before Teach for Nigeria. What's going on in your life then? And what made you stop and think that the Teach for Nigeria Fellowship might be for you?
Well, before Teach for Nigeria, I was just teaching online, running businesses and kind of supporting exceptional learners who wants to gain admission to help them postpone. So it was nothing structured. Well, education has always been part of my life, but I was searching for a deeper way to create that impact. So one day, while scrolling through the headlines on my phone, I came across this Teach for Nigeria Fellowship application. And what caught my attention immediately was leadership through teaching. I felt aligned with it felt aligned with what I already cared about. And I just put in and I think it is even more intentional, like it is on a much larger and intentional scale. So I knew instantly that this is what I wanted to be part of, and I applied.
Interesting. Thank you so much, Rashida. One thing that stood out is how that you knew when you saw it. Like you knew that this fellowship was for you. And I'm really excited. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for your learners. I'm excited for the community and everyone that you interacted with as a Teach for Nigeria fellow. So my second question is, as a fellow, what did you start noticing in your classroom that challenged your initial expectations? And when you realized the problem went beyond academics, what inspired you to take action? It's a two-part question. The second is, how did the fellowship support you in making the change that you made?
Well, after being selected, I was posted to Ogun State. And one of the early lessons from our training was that we would encounter a lot of challenges. But real change starts when we truly integrate ourselves into the community and identify the most pressing needs. So, um, in my classroom, I noticed that only a few learners were doing their assignments, and it cut across all other classes. So I became curious and decided to speak directly with the learners. And that was when I discovered that many of their parents could not even read or write. Even their neighbors could not even offer any academic support. There was no guidance from home. So this has helped me realize that the problem went far beyond academics. And for the other question now, Teach for Nigeria has equipped me with the mindset. I always say that it has equipped me with the mindset, tools, and even community support to respond thoughtfully rather than feeling overwhelmed to begin with. And, there's this, since we are equipped with the mindset, so thinking of a solution that will address the root cause was just very easy.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Rashida. So I love how you mentioned that Teach for Nigeria. I mean, you didn't just go to Ogun State and, you were not left in the dark. You were not left to figure things out on your own. There was close needs mentoring. There was close needs support, right? And there was close needs development, right? Professional development, a mindset shift. You were literally equipped with all that you required to do the amazing work that you did. Is that correct?
Yes, very, very correct.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay, so my last comment, not the last question, is I'd like to know, we would like to know that as you look at where you are now, you graduated in what, 2025? As you look at where you are now, how has the fellowship experience influenced the way you lead and the kind of change that you are committed to creating through education?
Seriously, honestly, I am not the same person as I was before the fellowship. Teach for Nigeria, there is something I'm also going to emphasize now. Teach for Nigeria has exposed me to continuous learning. We have this monthly training, leadership development session, one-on-one coaching. And let me say this, I was so privileged to work with one of the incredible coach and senior coach who has helped me shape my leadership journey. I also gained exposure through seminar, even international learning experiences. And I said it earlier that I was not structured in what I was doing. But today, I am more structured and intentional and community focused in my work. So most importantly, the fellowship has helped me even start this NGO, that's Evergrow Learning Hub, that is focused on adult learning and out of school children. The vision was born directly from my classroom experience. And I can confidently tell you that Teach for Nigeria helped me unlock that part of me. It was locked and the key was thrown away. But Teach for Nigeria unlocked that part. And I'm not the same in a very positive way.
Oh, wow, thank you so much. There's one thing I took. I mean, I took many things, but there's one thing that stands out is that learning never stops with Teach for Nigeria. Before the fellowship, once you get selected, you are learning. In the fellowship, you are learning. And even
after the
as an alumni,
learning.
you are learning, which is
Yes.
super, super beautiful to see. Thank you so much, Rashida. One last question. If you were to say one word, because I know we have prospective applicants with us on YouTube, if you were to say in one sentence, not one word, one sentence, there's someone who is still unsure, right, of what this holds for them and is still unsure of whether or not to apply, what would you say to them?
Well, I'm just going to tell them that shoot your shot. You will never regret it. Just shoot your shot. Apply. You will never regret it. It's very possible. You will never regret it.
Right. Thank you so much, Rashida. It was such a pleasure to have this conversation with you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. So if you are just joining, welcome to the official launch of the 2026 Teach for Nigeria Fellowship application. All the details you need are in the chat on YouTube. And if you've stuck with us till now, thank you so much. We absolutely do not take your presence here with us for granted, right? The 2026 Teach for Nigeria Fellowship application is officially live. And we have the theme for 2026, One Vision, Endless Possibilities. Shout out to everyone on YouTube who responded. I saw your responses and I appreciate you for paying rapt attention to our Chief Executive Officer. Right, so check us out on www.teachfornigeria.org. We are at Teach for Nigeria across all social media platforms. On X, we are Teach4 and Nigeria. So at the beginning, I mentioned that this event is an event like no other. And to add to all the amazing and phenomenal experience we've had so far, we have a spoken word performance. Yes, I know you didn't see that coming, but we have a spoken word performance. And I would really like to welcome Miss Sansadine Zainab as she blows us away with her performance. Zainab, if you are ready, please, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. Good day, everyone.
Hi, Zainab, we can hear you. Good morning.
Hi,
Please
everyone. Good
blow us
morning.
away.
My name is The Word, and I'm here to do a spoken word. Thank you. All right. Today marks another beginning of a remarkable future, a future where visionary stands in alignment with a great assignment, an assignment to raise leaders where resources are low but potential is high, an assignment to plant seeds in soils that once looked barren but still carry a hope of fruitfulness, an assignment of purpose, of service, of impact and empowerment, where your power is meant to uplift and not to oppress. To be a fellow, you must fellowship with the vision that says you must save that one child even after securing 99 other children, because at TFN, every child must enter TFN's arc of education. They cannot sail into the future leaving destinies to drown. And TFN don't just raise fashionistas, they raise stars whose weapons are fashioned against ignorance in every room. They raise fellows whose goals are smart, fellows whose goals are specific and not horrific, measurable, not pleasurable, achievable, not unreachable, relevant, not irrelevant, fellows whose goals are time-bound yet very profound. You see, in this fellowship, there is no turning back. The only thing you need to turn your back against is negativity, because you don't just face challenges, you challenge challenges. You turn every obstacles into opportunities, every resistance into resilience, and every empty classrooms into a garden of possibilities where minds are nurtured and not tortured, where ingenuity meets creativity, where collaboration meets communication, a room where pregnant ideas are born and not burnt. But you as a teacher, you must be burning with the desire to acquire more skills to kill mediocrity. And so this is a call to action. Let your actions accelerate like Usain Bolt, be bold. Take up this assignment like you were meant for it. Fall into alignment with the vision and do not fall out. This is not me saying the road won't be rough, but I trust your tough skin will see you through. Because if your goal is to take over the street, you must walk past your own doorsteps. So step into the tunnel and let your resilience shine the light. And to those who have doubts, to those who are confused and not convinced, to those who are pregnant with ideas, fusions, visions, but battling with life contractions, I say to you, keep pushing, for you are yet to birth solution. So break forth, comfort, come out of your comfort zone, for it's a danger zone, so keep off. Let every project be a cornerstone that was once rejected. Let every classroom be a sanctuary and not a mortuary. Let every instructional material be a tool for change, and be ready to change that negative perspective about education, because that's the goal. Teach for Nigeria isn't just a name. It's a call to action, a mission in motion. It's a spotlight pulling every child out of a difficult spot. It's a voice giving voice to the voiceless. And if one child can rise, a nation will stand tall. Now do the math if thousands of children rise. And so once again, on behalf of Teach for Nigeria, I welcome you on board, and I hope your board pass is a vision of endless possibilities. Thank you very much.
A round of applause. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. If one child can rise a nation, can stand tall. Please, 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 please. A virtual round of applause to Zainab, both on Zoom and both on YouTube. Right? I was just writing as she was speaking. It's a Teach for Nigeria Fellowship is a call to action and it's a mission in motion. In 2026, in case you did not hear, Teach for Nigeria is recruiting 550 exceptional young graduates and a whopping sum of 100 school leaders. So please, our application is live. Whilst you are getting motivated, do not forget to submit your application. Do not forget to submit your application. We really, really, really look forward to receiving it. Do not forget to submit your application. Don't forget to tag us, to just tag us on across all our social media platforms. All right, to quickly proceed to the next item on our agenda, we are really honored to receive a goodwill message. Two goodwill messages actually from our reputable government stakeholders. For the very first, we will be welcoming Mrs. Victoria Peregrino, who is the Lagos chairman of Teaching Service Commission, who is ably represented by the Director of Policy, Plans, Research and Statistics, Dr. Mrs. Bukola Adeleye. Welcome, Ma. Thank you so much. Please, a round of applause. A round of applause. Thank you so much, Ma. We are honored to receive you and receive your goodwill message. Thank you, Ma.
Hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Ma. Good morning, Ma. We can hear you, Ma, loud and clear.
You can hear me. That's a good one.
Yes, Ma.
I am so excited to be in this program this morning. And I actually want to recall that exactly last year, this time last year, there was this program, the Recruitment Launch Program, which is an annual program. I remember that it took place, if you can recall, the same dates as we are having it today. So I'm so much excited. And the theme for that last year was one classroom, infinite possibilities, the future is now. And I know it is based on this that we are having another brand new recruitment launch program themed One Vision, Endless Impact. On behalf of the chairman, Mrs. Victoria Mokolola Peregrino, Chairman, Lagos State Teaching Service Commission, about delivering the keynote address as prepared. Distinguished leadership of Teach for Nigeria, education stakeholders, all the invited guests in attendance, aspiring fellows, ladies and gentlemen, I say good morning once again. I am deeply honored and delighted to speak today on behalf of the chairman of TESCOM, Mrs. Mokwelola Victoria Peregrino, at this remarkable event. The year 2026 recruitment launch of Teach for Nigeria under the inspiring theme, One Vision, Endless Impact. Let me commend the unflinching commitment and support of the TFN to educational equity, teacher leadership, and transformational change for over 5 years in the Lagos State Teaching Service. Your work continues to demonstrate that when passion is matched with purpose, education becomes a powerful instrument for national change and development. The theme, One Vision, speaks to the alignment between the government, that is the Teaching Service Commission, civil society, educators, and communities working together toward achieving a common goal. The endless impact reminds us that when we invest in the right people, definitely the effects extend far beyond the classroom, shaping communities and influencing generations yet unborn. Unarguably, as a commission, our mandate is clear: to strengthen the quality, professionalism, efficiency, and effectiveness of the teaching workforce. We firmly believe that no education system can rise above the quality of its teachers. This belief, indeed, is what makes our collaboration with Teach for Nigeria both strategic and impactful. Through this partnership, we are jointly advancing teachers' quality, leadership development, innovative pedagogical best practices, and equitable access to education. Together, we are building a strong pipeline of committed, mission-driven educators who are prepared not only to teach, but to lead, inspire, and transform. Today's recruitment launch is therefore not merely an administrative exercise, it is a deliberate effort to identify individuals with the competence, character, and commitment required to serve as change agents within our schools and communities, particularly in riverine and underserved areas. It is about nurturing leaders who understand that teaching is both a responsibility, a privilege, and, of course, a noble profession. So the prospective fellows, I said that teaching is not just a profession, but a calling and a legacy. By choosing this path, you shape minds, ignite hope, and contribute meaningfully to national growth and social stability. As the chairman of this great commission, I reaffirm the commission's full support for Teach for Nigeria and our shared vision for a stronger, more inclusive education system. We remain committed to deepening this partnership and expanding its impact, ensuring that every child, regardless of background, has access to quality teaching and meaningful learning experiences.
Thank you
Ladies and
so
gentlemen,
much, Ma.
with one shared vision, as teachers, we are torchbearers of knowledge, educators of characters, architects of the future, champions of learning, heralds of hope, emperors of youth, role models, and society builder. Based on these features, we can truly achieve endless impacts in our classrooms, our communities, and our nation, Nigeria. I use this opportunity to thank Teach for Nigeria for this invitation and for its continued leadership in transforming education. Together, we will continue shaping the future of education in Lagos State and across Nigeria as a whole. Thank you all, and God bless you.
Mrs. Bukola Adeleye, thank you so much. Indeed, teaching is not just a profession, but a calling and a legacy. One thing that stood out amongst the everything that you said is that when passion is merged with purpose, education becomes a powerful tool for national development. Thank you so much, ma. Thank you so much, ma. Thank you. We appreciate you and we thank you for your relentless support. Before we proceed, it's my honor to acknowledge the presence of the chairman, Ogun State Teaching Service Commission, Apostle Abiodun Sanyolu, who is ably represented by the Director of Appeals, Petition and Discipline, Mr. Olubenga Adejonkwe. Thank you so much, sir. We honor you and we welcome you. To proceed, it's my absolute pleasure to welcome the esteemed Chairman Commissioner of Education of the Ogun State Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, Professor Abayomi Aribabu. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. We are so honored. And if you are ready for us, we are ready to receive your goodwill message. Thank you and welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. It is indeed a pleasure for me to be here this morning to be part of this very important program, which is about the launch of Teach for Nigeria 2026 fellowship recruitment, which you have aptly themed One Vision, Endless Impact. Let me use this opportunity to commend the entire team of Teach for Nigeria, from the board to the CEO and probably everybody in the organization. It's an organization that we are very, very proud to be partnering with. And we actually appreciate what you are doing in the education sector in Nigeria, particularly for being so consistent, so committed, and so persistent in advancing educational equity across our nation. Let me start by saying that no nation can actually advance or progress beyond the level of its educational standard. In other words, we need to have a very robust educational system for us to have the type of development we require as a nation. So education remains the most powerful tool for social transformation. Yet we all know that access to quality education in Nigeria is still deeply, deeply unequal. You look around us, you see what happens in the cities, and you see what happens in the remote areas. And that probably explains what we have just done in the education sector in Ogun State, trying to redistribute our teachers, because people say there are no teachers in schools. But using technology, we're able to know that we have a ratio that is acceptable, about a ratio of about one teacher to 33, which is not bad. But when you get to some schools, you find a situation whereby you have the other, have it the other way around. So the distribution of these teachers to have a skill. So you agree with me that there is this unequal situation, inequality. So for millions of children, especially in the underserved communities, the classroom remains the front line where inequality is either reinforced or dismantled. And this can actually be done by those who are in position, in authority, to ensure we achieve this. And that's why I continue to appreciate the Teach for Nigeria for doing what I say ordinarily government should be doing. I mean, Teach for Nigeria is operating even as a government, particularly in the education sector. And so we actually appreciate this, because even for us as a government, when we try to do this, we have some challenges, which happily enough, Teach for Nigeria has been able to actually go beyond this type of challenges. The internship program that you have, which is a sort of incubation, helps to sharpen those who go into the field. They are well nurtured, they are well trained, they are well positioned for the classroom before they go. And most of the time when they come out, they become changed persons. And anytime you get to a school, you see some teachers, I'll ask questions. I will say, are you a TFN fellow? And it's always in the affirmative. You see them, they actually stand out in the crowd. So for me, we'll continue to appreciate you. And as a state, as a government, we strongly share your vision. And for us, we believe that the education sector should actually be well focused, be well situated in such a way that we can tackle most of these problems that are actually, for me, I would say, man-made, and which is the bane of the problem and the development in the education sector. So education is not merely a sector for us, like I said, and it is a strategic investment in our future. And that's why our administration has pursued deliberate reforms focused on teacher quality, digital innovation, institutional strengthening, and inclusive access. So we believe that when you empower the teachers, you empower the learners, and when learners are so empowered, they thrive, and the society prospers, because the society you are trying to build, this actually starts from the classroom. So TFM fellows exemplify the kind of leadership our education system needs today. Young, value-driven Nigerians who are willing to serve where the need is greatest. And that's one of the challenges we have, even as a government. We have just done redistribution of teachers, and there is so much noise all over the place. People don't want to go to rural areas. This doesn't happen with Teach for Nigeria, and that's because there is no political consideration here. So, and that's why I actually give you applause for doing this and for being so consistent over the years. So, like I said, you give us young Nigerians that are value-driven, who are willing to serve where the need is greatest. And where the need is greatest is actually in the underserved communities. You are giving us leaders who understand that teaching is not just a job, but a mission, and citizens who see education as a tool for national development and not personal convenience. When you post people to underserved communities, people start giving excuses. The place, there is no water, there is no light, there is no this. It's not about that. And that's something that we commend Teach for Nigeria for. So the prospective fellows here today, please listen to me. By choosing Teach for Nigeria, you are choosing service over comfort. Please note that. You are choosing service over comfort. You are choosing impact over applause. You want to make impact. Most of the time, where you make impact, you probably will not get applause. And if you get that applause, maybe it will be after you will have left. So you are also choosing purpose over ease. You are not looking for what will make you comfortable. So you are stepping into the classroom where your presence will matter more than you can imagine. And you not only teach subjects, you teach hope, you teach discipline, you teach resilience, you teach possibility. Years from now, long after the lesson notes are forgotten, that's your lesson notes will have been forgotten, your influence will still live on in confidence of a child who dared to dream because you believed in them. Many of us today, we still remember some of our teachers that impacted on us. And that's what I want you to note as teachers, as TFM fellows. So the impact you make on these children now will linger on for so many years after you will have left them. So let me assure you, Ogun State remains committed to partnership that strengthens teaching and learning. We value that our evidence-based, learner-centered, and focused on long system improvement. Teach for Nigeria continues to be a trusted partner in this shared journey to reposition the public education as a vehicle for excellence, equity, and opportunity. And that's if when you look at the Ogun State Education Revitalization Agenda, you actually use that to corroborate what I'm saying. As Teach for Nigeria prepares to welcome its 10th cohort, I encourage you to see this moment not just as recruitment, but as renewal, a renewal of our collective resolve to confront educational injustice, to innovate boldly, and to build an education system that truly leaves no child behind. In closing, let me reaffirm that one vision, when driven by commitment, and when driven by committed people, indeed creates endless impact. The future of Nigerian education system will be shaped not only by policies, not only by funding, because people continue to talk of lack of funding, but by people. And that's why it is the ideas that actually rules the world. People like you who are willing to show up, stand up, and teach for Nigeria. You are the right type of people who need to help us turn around this education system in Nigeria. I therefore want to appreciate once again the entire team of Teach for Nigeria, and most especially the CEO, who has actually been doing a very, very wonderful job. When the Falawe was going, I was almost saying that who will actually fit into this position and do it very well. I've been more than impressed with what she has been doing, even on occasions when I'm not able to attend personally and I send people. So I want to commend Maladi Adini for the incredible job she's doing. I congratulate Teach for Nigeria on this milestone. I wish 2026 recruitment exercise will be a great success, and I look forward to the continued partnership that will deepen the learning outcomes and expand opportunities for our children in Nigeria. Finally, let me thank you again for the invitation to give this short address. And I want to thank you for believing in the education system. Thank you for helping us to make our education system more robust. Thank you for believing in us as a partner. And thank you for all you do. Please continue in that light. Keep the flag flying. And heaven is not the limit. It's actually the beginning for Teach for Nigeria. God bless Nigeria. God bless Ogun State. God bless Teach for Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for such rousing and impactful speech. Thank you so much, Professor Abayomi Aribabu. Thank you for such inspiring speech. I dare say that all that you said, all that was captured in your speech aptly describes what Teach for Nigeria is all about and how we look forward to forging ahead in the future. Thank you so much also for the vote of confidence. It is indeed service over comfort, impact over applause, like you said, and purpose over ease for every prospective fellow on this call. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, and thank you. All right, so quickly proceed. I'm excited to speak more about the social media challenge. Our CEO, when she was giving her welcome speech, mentioned that there is a social media challenge for the 2026 Teach for Nigeria application. I told you at the beginning and at the middle that this fellowship application, this 10th cohort is a cohort like no other. right? And I think you can agree with me now. So very quickly, we are inviting everyone from all and sundry to join the 2026 Teach for Nigeria application social media challenge. To participate, all you have to do is to share a post about the Teach for Nigeria fellowship using the official application flyer and the call to action video from our CEO. As you do that, please be sure to tag Teach for Nigeria on LinkedIn, X, Instagram, and Facebook using the hashtags Teach for Nigeria, hashtag TFN 2026 fellowship, hashtag TFN 2026 application, hashtag TFN 2026 application challenge. I'm sure my colleagues have put it in the chat. I know it's a mouthful, but you have to follow every step to actually ensure that you are participating. Of course, you can't participate in this challenge if you're not following Teach for Nigeria. So what are you waiting for? Please go over to all your social media handles and follow Teach for Nigeria on all social media platforms. There will be a winner. It's not called a challenge for nothing. There's obviously a winner, and I look forward to also participating because Teach for Nigeria does not give small gifts, right? So bombard us and would like to see your creativity. Let your creativity shine. Our theme is One Vision, Endless Possibilities. So feel free to explore that theme. We really look forward to hearing from you. If you have any questions again, please put them in the chat. We are on guard to serve you. To quickly take us further, thank you to everyone who has stayed with us till now. To quickly take us further, it's my honor to welcome Richard Adefusi, who leads the recruitment, selection, and matriculation team at Teach for Nigeria, for his closing remarks. Richard, we are ready if you are. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Precious. And good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today. As we bring this session to a close, I would like to start by appreciating the leadership of Teach for Nigeria, our board, the CEO, the management team, for their continued commitment to a vision that places opportunity, equity, and leadership at the heart of education. I would also like to say a big thank you to our partners, our supporters, stakeholders who have continued to walk this journey with us. Your belief in this work makes moments like this, makes it possible. And a special thank you to Rashida Uthman for sharing our journey and our story with us. From our story, we can see that our one vision can help open up endless possibilities. This time around, not just for the children, but also for families and the communities where they serve at large. A big thank you also to our spoken word artists. Thank you for that beautiful rendition. To my colleagues, staff of Teach for Nigeria, fellows, alumni, thank you for carrying out this vision forward every day in the classroom, the communities, and systems across the country. So to our dear applicants, prospective fellows, you're here this morning, you are listening. I would like to tell you that this is your moment to reflect. If you care deeply about education, if you believe that leadership is about service, and you're ready to grow while you're making real impact, I'm inviting you this morning to take the next step. And what is that step? It is to apply for the 2026 Teach for Nigeria Fellowship application. Applications are now open. So our vision is clear and the possibilities are endless. The next leader could be you. Thank you very much for being a part of today's conversation, and we look forward to welcoming our next cohort of change makers. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Richard. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Now, as Richard was speaking, it took me back to, Professor Abayomi's comments when he said the classroom remains the front lines where inequality is dismantled. We are counting on you to submit your application. Friends, ladies, gentlemen, it is time to put your foot forward and claim your stake in the legacy that Teach for Nigeria is building. The Teach for Nigeria Fellowship is a summon onto a higher calling of leadership, purpose, and impact. One that holds endless possibilities for you, the learners you will encounter, and the community that you would interact with for 2 years and beyond. Teach for Nigeria in 2026 is searching for 550 amazing and exceptional young graduates and 100 school leaders. It is time to put your foot forward and make it count for not just yourself, but for children in underserved communities, for the communities themselves, and for our nation, Nigeria. It's my honor to have hosted this session. If you are watching this recording, please submit your application. Please tag us on all our social media channels. Please visit our website. If you have inquiries, our team is on standby. Please share the application links to all your groups, your friends, and I dare say your enemies. Because like our CEO always says, education inequity, or fighting education inequity is everyone's business. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. It's our pleasure to host you. Enjoy the rest of your day and submit your application. On behalf of Teach for Nigeria, thank you. To all our stakeholders who attended, thank you so much, Mas. Thank you so much, sirs. You did the wind beneath our wings. Thank you for making the work that Teach for Nigeria do possible. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day. From myself and from Teach for Nigeria is bye-bye. Please head over to application links on our website and submit your application. Thank you.
Nigeria is facing an education crisis, one that begins in our primary and secondary schools, the very foundation of our nation's future. Over 20 million Nigerian children are currently out of school. That is 1 in every 5 school-age children in sub-Saharan Africa. And many of those who do attend school are not learning. My name is Molade Adeni, and I am the CEO of Teach for Nigeria. Teach for Nigeria exists to address the deep-seated educational inequities affecting millions of children across the country. As a non-profit organization and part of the global Teach for All network, we are committed to ensuring that every Nigerian child, regardless of their socio-economic background, has access to an excellent education. As a country, we have come a very long way, and we have made giant strides when it comes to education access and equity. This has been possible through collaboration with the public and private sector. However, we still have a long way to go. Children and teachers still face a host of interconnected challenges that significantly hinder learning and teaching. Some of this include overcrowded classrooms, lack of basic infrastructure such as chairs, tables, toilets, lack of learning materials that are scarce in some places. The result is a learning crisis. Children go to school but leave without the skills needed to succeed in life. At Teach for Nigeria, we believe that addressing these challenges requires investment, reform, and a renewed societal commitment to treating education as a national policy.
Moving around, moving around, moving around. The basket of number is moving around. What number is this? Or therefore, don't let that easy.
I remember my first day in classroom with my learners. I noticed that some of my learners could not identify letters, some could not read, and some could not even speak English fluently. I saw it as a call to responsibility, and I saw the need to do my best while I'm with them.
Your confusions are, all I know is that I am going to do great.
My name is Titilola Amosun, a 2024 fellow at Teach for Nigeria.
We have a strong belief that no child should be left behind. And that's why inclusive education is at the very heart of what we do. Our fellows are breaking barriers, they're using innovative teaching methods and advocating for policies that support children with disabilities and learning difficulties.
Something, you are awesome.
At Teach for Nigeria, we recruit exceptional Nigerian graduates and professionals through a highly competitive process to serve as full-time teacher leaders in underserved public schools for 2 years. Our fellows undergo intensive training in pedagogy, leadership, and community engagement. Since our inception in 2017, Teach for Nigeria has placed over 2,400 fellows in more than 600 low-income schools across Lagos, Ogun, Kaduna, and Oyo states, impacting the lives of over 300,000 students. We have an army of over 1,200 alumni, as well as having trained over 20,000 public school teachers across 29 states in Nigeria, enhancing teaching quality nationwide.
After the training, I noticed that some of my learners cannot read, so I have to break down the lesson into smaller units for them. Then I use more instructional material for them, and we involve in practical session in the class.
Using teaching at the right level approach has really helped me to help my learners in classroom. Darasimi can now write a very good composition. Idowu can now participate very well in the classroom.
My name is Ali Ibrahim. I am 12 years old. I am in primary 5. I attend Christ Church Primary School, Akiniku Ilaro. My teacher is very kind and helpful to everyone, and she is outspoken. And if I don't understand something, she will explain it to me clearly, and I will understand it.
Mo like bó ṣe ń kọ́. Tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀, ó mọ English díẹ̀ àti Maths díẹ̀. Àmọ́ ní ìsìn, mo rí pé ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn ó ti yàtọ̀ sí ti tẹ́lẹ̀.
Who is our champion? Ayo! 21 club for Ayo! 1, 2, 3! 1, 2, 3!
Beyond the classroom, we support our alumni in pursuing careers that continue to advance educational equity. This approach creates a sustainable network of leaders committed to systemic change. Examples include Olayinka Adeosun, a 2020 alumni who is passionate about showcasing innovation and change through STEM programs while still in the classroom.
After my fellowship, I wanted to remain in the classroom because I believe that the real change starts with students sitting in front of us every day. And I've always wanted to bring something more exciting than this. Introducing them to space exploration is a game changer for me.
Mr. Adeosun has been teaching us for the past 3 years. Before he came, school felt normal to me, like we just came to school, we read our notes and we went home, and I never really thought beyond the regular subjects. But when he came, he introduced new method of teaching that made learning very exciting for us. And he did not just teach us from the board, like he taught us to explore, to ask questions, and even build things with our own hands.
So in this mission patch, the green circle represents the color of our uniform. The astronauts represent the Nigerian astronauts, we students hoping to land on the moon one day and go to space.
My experience with Teach for Nigeria was unique. Spending 2 years in the fellowship at 2 different secondary schools with diverse needs in Lagos State gave me a deep understanding of the barriers children face. I am currently working with policymakers to ensure that teachers' recruitment, development, and training integrate technology and inclusive education strategies.
We're not just investing in classrooms, we're building leaders who can impact communities and systems and the environment in which Nigeria ought to thrive in going forward in the future.
Our bold vision is critically important for Nigeria's future because it addresses the root cause of the country's development challenges, educational inequity. Without quality education, children cannot grow into productive citizens, skilled workers, or informed leaders. With over 70% of the Nigerian population under the age of 30, transforming classrooms today will shape the future tomorrow. This vision is not just about education, it's about nation building. Education equity is everyone's business. Whether you give your time, skills, money, or voice, you can be a part of transforming education in Nigeria. One classroom, one child, one leader at a time.